Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the podcast that still has no name.
Still has no name. Dang, you still ain't got no name.
No name. Listen, as always, it's going to be a great episode. I know it's going to be a great episode. I got my friend here. He's going to be hopefully dropping some gems. We're going to have a good conversation today. This is Dolce.
What's up, y'all? What's good?
Listen, man, how's it been going? How's life?
Been good. Working. You know, new year, new goals.
New year, new you.
Yeah.
Listen, let them know who you are. Actually, like, you're an ATL, you're a photographer. Like, let them know who you are. What's up with you?
All right. My name is Dolce. I'm a photographer here in Atlanta. Moved here last year, end of 2020. Been here ever since. Been working hard. Putting in work, trying to get my name out there.
You got to.
Yeah, but I'm 25. I'm married. About to be 5 years in July of this year.
Wait, hold on. So, you can't just breeze past that. I know y'all heard this man say he's 25 and married. Listen, I'm 25 too. And of course I want to get married, but not right now. Marriage is not on my mind right now. How is that? Moving here, married, 25, you're in ATL. There's a lot of beautiful women out here. Like, what is that like?
I don't know. It don't faze me. I mean, I got married young, not because it was my goal to get married young, but I just found the right woman. I was blessed. I found her early, so, hey.
So what is that like as a photographer? Like, because, you know, there's a whole stigma out there, like photographers are, you know.
Yeah.
But what is that like being married? Because I was in a relationship while I was a photographer, and she just like wasn't with it. At a whole point, I had to stop taking certain kinds of photos that like clients would want me to take, even if it was just like swimwear. Yeah. Because she just wasn't cool with it. So what is that like? Well, for you, what's that experience like?
I mean, well, first of all, when I started photography before we even like started dating or anything.
Same.
So by the time we started dating, at first she wasn't feeling it and everything. I think she started mellowing down because she would come to my photo shoots a lot, and she would see that I'm not moved by anything. Like, she would just see nothing. Like, I'm not fazed by all of it. I can see whatever, and
but even that, man, and I brought her to the shoots. Yeah, I did all of that.
Yeah, no, I think once she realized that, she was at the shoots. At first, she used to just sit back and just watch the shoots. Like, just staring, watching me. Eventually, she seen how I'm not moved by it. She would help me with the shoots. She would help creatively direct the shoots and everything. She wasn't moved by it.
Of course, that takes like a certain level of professionalism. And we live in Atlanta. We know that there's a lot of guys out there that are not the most professional. What would you say is like a tip that you would give other like growing photographers that are dudes that are attracted to women, or even if they go the other way and they want to, you know, whatever with their clients? What's a tip that you would give them to keep them professional during the shoot?
I mean, everybody have their weaknesses, and you just need to flee from them. You know, if you feel like that's something you're going to be weak, an area you're weak in, you just need to flee from it. And for me, I never had that situation where I was weak in it because, like I said.
You never got weak? Not once? Not ever?
I'm not moved by it,
man. Let's say she doesn't watch
Can you put a picture of my wife? Like, I'm going to show you. Can you put a clip of my wife?
Let's say she doesn't watch the episode. Bruh. She has no idea. You never got weak.
Okay, nobody's. I'm not moved. I'm not moved by it. Like, I go home to a gorgeous, beautiful woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, like, we found
I'm not moved.
The unicorn.
I'm just not moved.
We found the dude that has no kind of sway when it comes to ass and titties.
Like, it's just not moved by it, bro.
Okay. You got it.
I'm blessed. If y'all see what my wife look like, go check her Instagram out.
For sure, yeah. I've seen his wife. She's very gorgeous. They do photo shoots together a lot.
Exactly, and I do a lot of work with her. So
that's something I wanted to get into too, because obviously you're a photographer, and I've been viewing your work. And it's so funny because you made a post this morning about how your voice sounds recorded.
Yeah.
And you're in here recording
literally
your voice.
in here.
That skit was funny, bro.
Appreciate it.
If you guys don't know, go to his Instagram, right? He's going to say all that stuff at the end of the episode. But go to his Instagram. He has this funny video where he's recording his voice and he's like, I know I can't be the only one that like hates their voice being recorded. Literally. So he talks into the phone and his voice is like super high pitched, super squeaky.
I recorded that crap myself too. So
how do you think of like content like that? Like what makes you even want to make content like that?
I mean, I was always like a goofball like all my life. So I mean, once I was always trying to figure out how I'm gonna like grow it. I did a YouTube channel with my wife. That YouTube channel was going very well, and we just took a break from it because we're like, we just gonna get back on it when we have kids. So we're chilling on that right now. And then I was like, man, I still want to do funny content. I still want to be clowning and having a good time while still doing my photography, which I'm still passionate about and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna be on Reels, TikTok, just be doing dumb stuff, just having.
So how did you start photography? Like, bring us back to that magical place where you first decided that you wanted to be a photographer, or even before that when you like first got your camera. Like, what was that like? So
I was living in Orlando, Florida. And I was like 18, 19. I was in college, failing college. At the time, my wife, she was my girlfriend. She was doing all my essays.
What?
Trying to
this guy is like, where did you find her? Like,
you feel me? Look, but I was just trying to make it through college. And my cousin, he's a photographer in Orlando, Jeffrey, shout out to him. He was starting photography already, so he already had a camera and everything. And I was just bored one time. I said, yo, what you up to? He said he's going to a shoot. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pull up. And he did the photo shoot in his garage. He didn't have nothing. All he had was like a little setup in his garage. I went there and I was like, yeah, this is kind of interesting. So I started doing my research. Eventually, I just walked up to my dad. I begged him. I said, I need you to buy me this camera.
I need a camera now.
It's $350. I just need it. Just spend the money. I promise I'll pay you back. I'll figure out some way. I ended up getting a Nikon D3200. I had a Nikon. I went through all of them. I've been through Nikon, Canon, and Sony. Yeah. So it was Nikon D3200, and he bought it. And I started just venturing off, trying stuff, working with people. I started working at nightclubs, and within a year, I was making way more than my father.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, so how does he feel about that now?
At first he was all kind of on edge about it, but he's always known me to be
ambitious.
Yeah, he knows he can't sit and try to fight me, argue with me about anything. I'm going to do what I want regardless, good or bad. So he just kind of let it be. And yeah, now he's like, that man, if I call him right now and tell him I needed some bread for something, that nigga, he ain't worried.
He's not going to hesitate because he know you're going to flip it and bring it back.
I'm going to flip it and bring it right back. Yeah. So, yeah.
So when you moved to Atlanta, how long had you already been doing photography before you moved?
So before I moved, I was doing it for about 3 years or so. Okay. When I was doing it, though, the reason I had to move was because I was doing it. I tried wedding photography. I wasn't too fond of it. I tried working at nightclubs. Wasn't too fond of it. The money was good, Yeah. And I realized I wanted to do studio, beauty, portraits, just high-end work. Fashion, and I was just like, Orlando is just not the market for that, for what I wanted to do. It's too slow for me, for my pace, the kind of pace I want to move in, the speed I want to grow in. It was just too slow for me. So I was like, I had to go. And I debated between Miami and Atlanta, and I had to come here because Miami, I got too much family over there. I'm just gonna be eating good Haitian food and not working. So
sometimes you got to separate yourself from the family to really be able to grow and prosper. You don't want to have that security system. Sometimes you got to depend on yourself. You're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, regardless, you just gotta step out there.
So you moved here you said a year ago, right?
Yeah.
So you moved here about a year ago, and you moved here with your wife. What does your wife do?
Right now, she works full time, and she's also about to start her own business. She's working the logistics. She getting her thing.
The entrepreneurial couple. I'm happy for y'all, man.
We're trying to make it happen.
So you came here, boom. You know, you got your wife. You guys are doing your thing. What would you say is the best thing that happened to you since you've moved to Atlanta?
My career.
Just in general.
It just took off, man. Like, I was in the city in Orlando, and I love all my people there, but I think since there's not so much creatives there, everybody's very stingy into themselves. The market's not thick and really well saturated versus here. It's very well saturated. We photographers, we're both in the same market, targeting the same group of people, but we're not intimidated by each other to sit in the same room, because we know regardless of this right here, we're still gonna go out and still be able to make it, not feel like, oh, he's taking my clients, I'm taking his clients. Versus, we're not gonna feel that way. So yeah, honestly, it was just being able to connect with so much photographers, models, makeup artists, and just clients in general.
Okay, so that brings up 2 points, right? One of them I wrote down because I'm going to ask you later.
Yeah.
But first, I want to ask you, what do you think of Atlanta in general? Like, outside of photography, outside of, like, business, what do you think of Atlanta in general?
I hate it. Hey, look, the money is great here. My career,
Yeah.
I need this. Outside of my career, I'm moving outside the city. I live in the city right now. It's cool, but I'm getting up out of here.
Because facts, Atlanta is the ghetto.
Big time.
They break into people's cars. They steal your stuff. They beat you up. They rob you, all kind of stuff.
If you're not making like $25K a month and you can stay in like a really expensive high rise, just stay out of town. Come to town for work, get that bag, and leave.
But I don't want to scare people from coming to Atlanta.
Do it.
Atlanta is actually lit as hell. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of connections to be made.
Literally.
Like, it's a great place for opportunity, and you know that's the reason why I moved here.
For sure.
Because I'm like, dang, like there's just so much opportunity up there. Like,
yes.
I have to be where the opportunity is. So I don't want to scare people from moving to Atlanta.
But I'm come here focused.
Definitely warning you, like, Atlanta is a place where things can go left very quickly.
Yeah, if you come here to play around, clown around, and have a good time, you're gonna get chewed up, eaten up.
No,
so if you come here career and driven and focused, oh yeah, you're gonna get what you deserve. You're gonna get that. You're gonna make it out here. So,
all right. So you had kind of talked about like people feeling intimidated and stuff like that, right? How do you feel about collaborations and how that can make the people that are involved in the collaboration feel?
I mean, I love it. I'm always the type of person where my biggest thing, I never want to make people feel like I'm taking advantage of them. So even if I want something from them or they can be of value to me, I won't approach them unless I can see that I'm going to bring them value. Or if I even say, maybe I'm not sure if I'm going to actually bring them value, I say, hey, this is something I want to work with you on. What value can I bring to you? Like, what can I do for you to help you out in any way?
Listen, that's a bar, y'all. Like, you have to add value to people's lives. Like, that's like a secret, not even a secret gem. That's like a gem to life in general. Like, literally, add value to someone's life, and in turn, they're going to want to do whatever it is for you to see you get to that next level.
For sure.
Okay, so when it comes to collaborations, like, how do you go about that? Like, how do you figure out who you want to collaborate with? Like, what's your process for that?
I don't have a process like set in stone. I'm still figuring out. But what I do kind of is I first sit with myself and like, yo, what kind of clients you want to be getting? What kind of clients do you want to get? And once I figure out what kind of clients I want to get, what kind of bag they got, who I want to target, I sit and figure that out. Once I figure out then I figure out what kind of stuff they like, what kind of work they like. Do they like editorial? Do they like just clean, simple color backdrops, softbox, what kind of look they want. And is it something I'm actually interested in? The look they want, is it something I'm actually interested in? And based off of that, I start searching for models and makeup artists that can actually help me put that together, to really help me grow, because that's really the biggest thing. I just
so
try
you're
to
like super intentional about your collabs, like
very.
Yeah.
I wasted too much time last year. Well, in the beginning of last year, just collaborating. I wouldn't say I wasted my time, because I was really learning light. I was learning flash a lot, so I worked with just anybody who could just get in the studio with me and just let me just feel free to practice. Yeah. But now that when I go into a shoot, I know what I'm doing. I know how to set up the light I want. I know what kind of settings I need to get, all that good stuff. I'm very, very intentional now. Got to.
So before photography, like, what did you do? Like, what were your other jobs?
I worked at Universal, Orlando.
Universal?
Yes, I worked at Universal. I was in school for engineering. Don't know what I was thinking, whatever. Just a typical whatever. Your island parents tell you need to go to school for engineering.
Man, listen, island parents will shove school down your throat. And there's nothing wrong with it, because, like, school is for some people. School is not for some people.
For sure.
I went to school for allied health science. I got a degree in allied health science, pre-physical therapy, and I minored in rehabilitation services management.
What's that?
And I'm a photographer. But I'm going to tell you the turning point for me. I realized that I can do anything that I put my mind to. However, once I realized that I was making more than what, like, a physical therapist would make, I was like, does it really make sense for me to go back to school, spend $60,000, acquire more debt just to come out making like 85 plus a year and have to work my way up? And then it would take another 3 years. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. Like, I have the degree. I'm going to try it. And if anything, the degree is always there. However, I do not believe in plan Bs. So I don't think that I will be going back to the physical therapy route. But yeah, man, that's good though. Okay, so you were in school for engineering, and then what else? Where else did you
so obviously dropped out of there within like less than 2 years.
Oh, you're a smart man. I stayed the whole way.
Nah, I graduated high school at the top of my class. Like I was like probably top 50. But in all transparency, I did that because I graduated because I was smart. And when I say smart, it's not book smart. It's people smart.
Yeah, you knew how to operate the system.
I knew how to connect with people. People used to give me all their homework, give me all their cheat codes. Everybody used to let me cheat off them because I was people smart. And once I learned that about myself, I don't know, I walked into college all, cocky, like, oh yeah, I did so well in high school, I'm about to do it again in college. When I'm like, nah, the only reason you were so successful in high school is because you were very people smart. Like you knew how to connect with people, you knew how to build relationships, and those relationships gave you opportunities in spaces you probably didn't deserve to be in.
No, facts.
So dropped out of college, but I also worked at like a call center at some point. And then I used to take a few jobs doing photography for a few companies once in a while, some 1099 contracts. But yeah, it got boring real quick. I had to slide.
No, that's lit, bro. I've only ever had one job outside of photography.
Which is what?
I worked at Marshall's.
How long was that?
And just
how long was that?
That was, so I worked at Marshall's my senior year of high school, like the second half of the senior year. Okay. Because I played basketball in high school. So once the season was over, I was like, I'm gonna get a job because I want like money.
Yeah.
So I went to get a job and I started working at Marshall's. I worked there, then I went to college, and I came back for winter break. And I'm talking to my boss, and this is around like the time where, no, that's not the time. So I came back for winter break, went back to school, and I came back for summer break.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? Yeah. So summer 2016 is when I bought my first camera. And I bought that camera just basically because my brother had a car, and we wanted to do like a little video. I had a phone. I filmed it on my phone. But I was like, damn, if I have a camera, it'll be much better quality. So I bought a camera not knowing what the hell I was buying. I tell this story all the time, but it was like the last money that I had. I had probably like $320, $330, and I spent $300 on the camera.
Yeah.
I'm driving to the place, trying to like
not even a paid shoot. I'm not even talking paid shoot, man.
I'm going to get the camera, and I'm like trying to negotiate with the guy so I could put gas in the car to drive back. The car was on E. But listen, so fast forward, right? I bought a camera. Listen, this camera like was glued to my hand. I was taking pictures of flowers, like all kinds of stuff. And I used to bring it to work and just like take pictures while I was at work. Mm-hmm. And one day I figured out like, dang, people make money from photography. Like they make money from taking pictures. So I went to my boss and I was like, when I go back to school, I think like I'm just gonna be a photographer. And she doubted me. She was like, boy, please, you're gonna be back here on the next break. I said, okay, bet.
I like that. I like that challenge.
Man, listen, once I realized I could make money from it, I said, oh yeah, it's over. And I set my goal. I said, I'm gonna be the best photographer in my city. Now, of course, that's subjective, but I set the bar high so that I could work extremely hard to get to that point. Yeah. But it's just so crazy how, like, you know, some people will try to discourage you from your greatness.
Bro, yeah, and sometimes they do it indirectly. They don't even they won't even say it to your face, but you can tell by the way they treat you, how the way they carry their relationship with you. You can tell, that person don't even see it.
I had some bad experiences at Marshall's, but what's crazy is I have a homeboy, 808 Nate. Shout out to 808 Nate. Mm-hmm. Nate is a producer. He's like a sound engineer. He makes beats, and Nate is like wildly successful now. Wow. And while he was there too, they tried to do the same thing to him. Like he was saying like, yeah, in a certain amount of months he was gonna quit. And she was just like, they tried to keep him there for so long, but it's like, you know, sometimes people will try to keep you from your greatness. Like that's crazy to me. Yeah,
and they do it out of their own selfish desires, whatever they need from you, whatever they're in need of that you have, they'll try to hold you back.
And not only that, some people are just so insecure within themselves that they'll like perpetuate, like they'll push that on you.
Yeah.
That's like, crazy.
I used to have people tell me like their favorite phrase was like, "Oh wow, you're dreaming big. Wait till life hits you." Wait till life hits you. You'll see things differently.
Yeah, when life hit me, I'm going to smash right through it.
Literally, like, okay, life hit me a few times, and guess what? I'm still out here rocking it. Like,
for sure, bro.
Coming back 20 times better every single time. So, you know.
So what are the services that you offer?
Currently, just photography. Eventually, I'll get into videography. But
well, like inside of photography, like what's your niche? Like, what do you focus on?
Oh, I focus on just brands, businesses, and just creatives in general. I like my stuff to be real creative, you know, I like to put a lot into my art and stuff. So I just like working with brand businesses.
So what inspires you? Like what makes you, because I kind of asked you about like the reels and stuff, what inspires that? But what inspires your work itself?
Because when I started photography, it started off as a thing I just enjoyed doing as an artist. It's just as art and everything. But as I grew, I just realized like I need to be in a market where I can bring real value, like where I can bring real value and that I actually enjoy doing. And I just enjoy creating. And I feel like when I'm working with brands and business and creatives, I feel like I have the space. They give me enough freedom to really get as creative as possible and just, you know, run wild with it, you know.
That's lit. So, listen, man, it was great talking to you.
For
wonderful talking to you. Let them know where they can find you.
Y'all can hit me up on Instagram at Shop by King J. So just the letter J, Shop by King J, and y'all can hit me up on there. I'm also there on TikTok, same same tag. It'll also be in the description below, most likely, you know. But yeah, that's it, where y'all can hit me up.
All right, and listen, guys, you can follow me on almost every platform at Guy X Photo. Listen, on TikTok, it's Real Guy X Photo. Instagram, Guy X Photo. Facebook, Guy X Photo. And don't forget to go to my website, guyxphoto.com, where you can find a lot of my different products that I sell and all of those kinds of things. It was great talking to you, man.
For
this
sure.
podcast has no name, so I don't really
No
know
name.
what I can.
Man, y'all get in the comments
close
below.
it out.
Man, y'all get in the comments below. Help this man out. I thought he figured it out by now, y'all.
Listen, like, comment, subscribe. We coming at you with the bangers. Shout out to my boy Dolce, aka King J.
Yeah, we out.
And we out of here.